Hi, I'm Ernie Green.
Hello.
How you doing? This is Mercy Calhoun. I'm Ernie Green. We're here from Live Arts Maryland, and Mercy is here with me today because we are going to do a premiere of two music videos that she has uploaded to our QuaranTiny concerts today. So let's talk about them. We were talking about these earlier, and these are two pieces. Tell us a little bit about them, and then we're going to talk about sort of the things that they have in common because these are strong women in these videos. I love it.
Yes. So the two pieces that I picked to share for QuaranTiny are first Miss Otis Regrets by Cole Porter, and the second one is Durch Zärtlichkeit by Mozart. So Miss Otis Regrets really tells a story throughout about this woman, Miss Otis, and her adventures or misadventures, depending on how you want to look at it. And I won't say too much about the exact story because there's a punchline, and I don't want to give that
Right.
away.
Exactly.
And then the Mozart is Blondchen, and she is quite a feisty servant character who is telling Osmin, who has kidnapped her and her lady,
As one
how,
does.
as one does, how he needs to treat women and her if he wants to get with her, even though she really has no intention of getting with him. She's just trying to get out of being kidnapped.
Understandable. Yeah, so
Yeah.
so we talked earlier about these two pieces, and I think the similarities with these women who are, basically standing up and saying, "Hey, I'm not putting up with this kind of bad behavior.
Nope.
Enough of this." Miss Otis, the song is about her. And I always wonder, it's sort of interesting. I think we talked about this earlier. The first version of this song was sung by a man. And I think we said it was 1934. This is really early in the 20th century to be having a song with a strong woman. One of the things I said to you when we talked earlier about this reminds me a lot of a song that I love by the late Nancy Wilson called Guess Who I Saw Today, which is one of these story songs that sort of unfolds a verse at a time. And then at the end has this button or punchline that kind of makes your jaw hit the floor. And it takes such skill to keep you interested for 3 or 4 verses. And when we're telling this story and dragging you along before we kind of hit you with that. And I think Cole Porter was brilliant at that.
Oh yeah.
And the other thing we talked about this song is it's not an easy song to sing. I think Cole Porter in general is very difficult. There are very few composers who you see where the lyric and the music are so inextricably linked, like the music that Porter wrote to his own lyrics, obviously.
Right.
But this one is you can't just set the groove and then go. You've got to really let the story unfold. So, and then we have an aria from The Abduction from the Seraglio, and we have this strong character basically telling this really powerful man, that's not how it's going to work.
He's not very smart though.
Yeah. No, he's not.
I'm much smarter than he is.
Well, I would agree with that. And again, my feel. I think men are just, basically we tend to be a little oafish. So, and he was definitely a little oafish.
Oh yeah.
But they're really cool. The other thing we talked about with this aria from Seraglio is I love the way, Mozart his genius shines through in every single note that he writes. But this aria, there are these several ascending scales. And at the beginning of which are fireworks, they require this sort of burst of emotion and energy. They're fast, and they go right up. And you get this first one, and you think, "Oh, I'm ready for the next one," and then you don't get it, and then you don't get it, and then you don't get it, and then you finally get another one. It goes even higher, and you're thinking, "Okay, I got it. I'm ready. We're gonna have another verse," and then he gives you another one. And he sends you up to a high E. And again, he plays you. He literally grabs you by the lapel and sort of plays you musically. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's the mark. It really is a mark of genius to be able to do that with the writing. And
Yeah.
two very different songs, but two very strong women, which I love.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's fabulous. So, and I tell us, so Noah Dion was the pianist here, and you guys actually have, you're all quarantining together.
Yes, we are.
And you have a recording studio in the basement of your house. And I know this because before we all got locked down, I came over and recorded a couple tracks over there, which is really cool. Is that where you recorded? Did you go down there?
Yes, yeah, we recorded in the studio.
The studio. Did you make Gabe Petkaitis move his drum kit or just leave it?
No, the drum kit makes a little cameo on the side.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've so they've got a really cool studio there, so it's kind of fun. So this is going to be uploaded at 6 o'clock on our QuaranTiny concerts. There's a lot of debate about how we're pronouncing that. Everybody has their own thing. I think people are saying QuaranTiny because they want to have a martini with their QuaranTiny.
That's how I pronounce it.
Well, you know, I go both ways. It depends on what we're doing, but I go both ways on that. But I like QuaranTiny and I like martinis too, so it works well. That's going live at 6, and I think this is also going live on Facebook at 6, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And then tell us about, this is going to be one of the first submissions on our brand spanking new YouTube channel, which we're starting up like within the next 3 minutes or something, I think.
Right, yeah. So we are kind of revamping our YouTube presence, and we're going to start having some QuaranTiny videos on there, hopefully as many as possible, so that you'll be able to listen to them on SoundCloud as well as see our performers in their houses or wherever they are for recording these for you. And we're also hoping to put more things like this, some interviews and things like that, just to help connect with you all better online.
I think this is a great example of the way that musicians, performers, I have some dancer friends in New York who are doing choreography videos in their kitchens, which is really cool. I actually saw a friend of mine doing one. I've been in that kitchen. It's the size of like a dining room table, and they managed to do a whole routine in there. I don't know how they didn't fall out the window. But you know, this is one of the cool things about this sort of isolation period. Not that there's anything good about it per se, but we are definitely finding ways to keep the creative work going, which is so essential. And I think that as we come out of this, it's definitely something we're going to need to do. So. Yeah. So Mercy, thank you so much. This was fun. I was just saying, I can't wait to hear these two performances. And yet, in the interest of full disclosure, I've heard both of them. They're absolutely fabulous. And I'm going to listen to them again, as should you. So join us at 6 o'clock on SoundCloud or Facebook and YouTube, right?
Yes.
All right. Join us everywhere. We're everywhere. We're everywhere on the interwebs. Join us. Live Arts Maryland. Thank you for joining us. And we'll see you soon. Bye, Mercy.
Bye.